Hello and welcome to SnowRun. Just here on Black River, USA, where it all started with the Neo Falcon 2000. I've already delivered some cargo for Riverside Repair, and I just thought this would be a great map to see what it's capable of in terms of stock performance and see if it's worth going to Scandinavia and getting this and bringing it back at the beginning of a playthrough. And so far, I'm impressed with what it can do stock. And so, I've already brought this way a load of wooden planks, so I know it will make it through with relatively light cargo, but this is slightly heavier. I don't know how much. And I did need to lock the differential. It won't go through on the other side of this little island in automatic. That much I do know. But I just wanted to see what kind of the limit was before you need to consider the engine upgrade, which is right by the garage on Smithfield Dam, so it's really easy to get. Because this is probably at the edge of what the vehicle is capable of with its stock 4-liter V6. But I just figured everybody's tried to go through here to get to the watchtower with the stock CK, so it would make a good comparison. For reference, this comes stock with 36-inch all-terrain tires that have a good rating in mud. So that's part of the reason it's probably doing so well here. Yeah, I'll recreate that situation right here. So I started driving through here in just auto to see how far I could make it before I had to downshift. Right about here that I ran into the issue, although I may... Okay, well, you're able to power through. I thought I was going to have to downshift there, but it was able to get through. However, I can't help but wonder if it's having traction issues, because the AS2s have good in mud and average on off-road, so I have to wonder whether going with AS3s or AS1s, I forget which one, has good rating off-road may help a little, just because of how light the Neo Falcon is. I've certainly seen it make a difference with the CK1500 in this region. And so, while we're here, I was trying to drive the Scout 800 back to the garage to put some all terrains on it. It's still kind of stock. But, yeah, you can see. The Scout will be the Scout, apparently even unupgraded. And so I thought this would be a great opportunity to, well, one, rescue the Scout, but two, see just how easy it is to roll. And from what I've seen, it really hasn't had a hard... It can handle some off-campers, so I'm not expecting it to roll here, but I figured this would be a good benchmark since the Scout 800 did roll here. But first, gotta move the Scout out of the way. And just in case the Neo Falcon does roll, we probably should upright the Scout first, so we have a rescue vehicle. Wrong one. Unlike my other files, this is a normal mode file because I wanted to test out the Top Truck G813. So, in case you're wondering why I'm getting hints, that's why. Well, now that it's on its wheels, we can move it. The one big difference between the two vehicles, well, besides the Scout's tendency to want to roll over, is that the Scout has an always-on diff, where the Neo Falcon doesn't. What that means is there are situations with all-terrain tires, particularly, when an automatic will make it through in the Scout 800, but he won't in the Neo Falcon. And it passed, because that's where the Scout 800 rolled, so that's passed. So let's take it through this relatively deep for a Scout mud, which I'm totally expecting to not be able to go through an automatic. You basically have to pass this to get the Scout 800. This is kind of like a little stop, unless you cut through the forest. You know what? I know this is probably pushing my luck. I want to see if it can handle this off-slope. We're going to drive down here, which I normally don't recommend doing, because it's usually a good way to flip a vehicle, but I want to see if it can just handle this. Oh? Okay, I am impressed. That was something. That was totally something. Right, now let's go get the trailer and deliver that last set of wooden planks. Doesn't feel like the right angle. And since this is the way we already drove, I'm going to cut the recording here, go put on some AS1s just to see if my suspicions are correct. And then we'll meet back at the lumber yard with the wooden planks. Hello, we're back. Let's deliver this last set of planks to complete Riverside repair. Noticing as much of a difference as I thought I would. Maybe it has to be a really steep grade for you to notice. So it looks like just stick with the meta tires, the AS2s, until you unlock off-roads. Doesn't look to make too much of a difference. At least on normal grades. If you got to a really steep one, maybe. It's going to be interesting, though, seeing the difference between average and good mud grip here, but why don't we just take this, because this is a slightly different route, so it'll be interesting, and it may give us that hill to just see what happens. Let's see. Do not. Oh, that is so true. I've seen some stuff on television, just like, really, you thought that was a good idea to drive there? Unfortunately, yes, those signs need to exist. Mainly came down here because of this slope right here, just to see what happens. It looks like this vehicle. Ooh. So you do need engine power for this above a certain grade. That's good to know. So wooden planks can be taxing on the stock engine. That's kind of surprising. I wasn't expecting that to happen. I thought wooden planks would be the one thing you could haul without having to worry about having a power issue with this stock engine. But anyway, the trial is over. We just got a nice downhill, gentle drive to the drop-off point. Always wish. And there you go. Always wish that little red pump was something you could haul. Make a great mini cargo for like the CK-1500 or something that has the room in the back like the Loaf or the Scout 800 to haul. Actually, could it fit in the back? It may not be able. Definitely fit in the back of the Loaf. Or the CK, but actually it's probably too long. Anyway, thank you for watching.